Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? So let's talk more about the Young Thug case and all that stuff. Because recently, I've read on my Double XL news source that apparently it might take from, I guess, 500 to 600 juror selections to select out of 100 jurors or something. So my understanding is that they are trying to select 500 out of 600 people to fill in 100 juror seats or something. I'm not sure though. But the thing about the Young Thug murder, I mean, not the murder case, but the Young Thug RICO case is that this past year just hasn't been too kind for Young Thug, because obviously not only has he been denied bail, not only has he been sitting in jail ever since he got arrested, but there was that whole situation where him and another, I guess, co-defendant got caught in a, I guess, drug type of deal in court from a couple of weeks ago, and now I just want to talk about what I think the future is going to hold for Young Thug, because obviously another crazy fact about this case is that apparently a car that was used in a drive-by shooting was rented out in his name, and then you basically had half of his, or almost near all of his, former YSL associates basically flipping on him and snitching on him, testifying against him. So what does this really mean for Young Thug? Well, the way how I see it, I think that since his former co-defendants are testifying against him, I think it's going to be even more difficult for him to beat the case. Now, I'm not a legal expert, but the way how I see it, I just think it's going to be even more difficult for Young Thug to beat this murder case. I mean, not the murder case. Why do I keep saying murder case? I keep thinking of YNW Melly, because the title of this video is "What Does the Future Hold for," or I guess not down there, what does the future hold for Young Thug? Because when I first made this channel, this Cali SD97 hip hop news channel, where I just talk hip hop news and sports news as well, my first video was "What does the future hold for YNW Melly?" And obviously this is how I think about the Young Thug case as well, is what does the future hold for him in this entire RICO trial and all that stuff? Because I mean, really, it might not end the way how I guess a lot of people want it to end, and that is because I imagine if you're a Young Thug fan, you're hoping that he's going to get acquitted somehow, and that his lawyer can maybe convince the jurors that he's innocent of all the charges and all that. But since they're getting his former associates to testify against him, it's going to be even more difficult, because obviously for Young Thug, when he got arrested, I of course was very shocked, because here he is one of the most influential rappers, I guess, of the last 5-10 years. Because Young Thug, his rapping skills, I think, are they speak for themselves. But it's just, this could mean the end of his rap career if he gets found guilty of all the charges against him, and if because if he gets found guilty, I imagine he's going to get, I don't know, 20-30 years in prison. And I imagine that this could be another end to another hip-hop artist career, much like how we recently seen Tory Lanez hip-hop career kind of take a hit, because obviously he got convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, and he's now facing up to 22-23 years in prison. So I imagine that if they are going to give Tory Lanez that type of prison sentence, then I can't imagine what they would give, what's prison sentence they would give to Young Thug if he does get found, or if he gets convicted of what he's accused of doing and all that. And it's just crazy that this is the way how another hip-hop artist career ended. But unfortunately, I mean, I guess you could say maybe Young Thug just, made quite a few bad choices in his life, and it ultimately, I guess, in a way, maybe cost him his hip-hop career. And I hate saying this, but you know what, man, this is the truth, because obviously I think it's going to be very difficult for Young Thug to beat the case, considering his former YSL associates are testifying against him and all that. So I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to beat a case like that if your own YSL associates are going to testify against you. That's just how crazy this case is, man. But I mean, hey, I guess this is where we are at. So, ladies and gents, let me know, how do you think this trial is going to end, and what do you think the future holds for Young Thug, aka, aka Thugger? What do you think the future holds for him? Because obviously, it's crazy to see how another rapper that I've always listened to could be onto the way of the end of his career if because he caught a case, and it's very serious stuff, and he gets convicted. His career, I think, is over. So that's about it. See ya.